Kate, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Oh my God, I just see you telling your friends, fine, I'll do it.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Okay.
So tell us about the guy that you don't really care about calling today, but your friends do.
His name is Chris, and I mean, he was really nice. There's nothing, terrible about him. We just really did not click whatsoever.
Okay.
So, I don't get-
So why do your friends want to do a second date update so bad?
Here's the story about how our date went. We met online, but we met up at a bar, and my friends were there for support, as they do. And I don't want to be mean, but he's really super nerdy,
Okay.
and I am not.
Okay.
We had nothing in common. He wanted to talk about, like, sci-fi TV shows he watches and like weird books he read in college. It's just like nothing that I was interested in.
Did you, when he walked in the door and you saw him for the first time, did you immediately think this is not going to work?
The first time I laid eyes on him, I actually was hoping it wasn't him because I never saw his picture online. So I didn't know what to expect. And
no.
Well, it sounds like you hate this guy.
Yeah.
No, I don't hate him. It just wasn't a good match for us.
Okay.
Why would your friends ever think that you should pursue this then, if you are not attracted to this guy whatsoever?
Like a joke?
Like I said, they were at the bar with me, and they even were going on about how on the date he was so into me. He was buying me all the drinks and trying to, touch my arm and being really flirty with me. And then their curiosity is, going crazy right now because it's been a week and he hasn't reached out to me at all.
So
And
it's
I've actually been kind of curious too.
so it's more of, hey, this nerdy guy was super into you and now he's not calling you back. Who does he think he is?
I don't like you, not the other way around.
Yeah. Is that what this is about?
That's pretty much it.
Oh my God. So if we call him and we find out he's just been busy or something and he actually does want to go out with you, are you going to want to go out with him?
No, I absolutely don't want to go on another date with him.
Oh my gosh. What do we do then?
I just want to know why he didn't call me back.
So it's just confusing to you why a guy who would be, well, confusing to you and your friends, I guess I should say, why a guy who seems to be totally into you is blowing you off.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Have you tried to get a hold of him at all?
No. Oh, gosh, no.
Yeah, right.
Why would you?
Oh my God, I feel like you should leave this person alone. You're like picking on him at this point.
I already feel bad for him.
Don't feel bad for him. He's the one not calling me back.
Yeah. Who does that? Let me ask you a question. When you meet up with dudes and you go out on dates, do they always get back to you?
I mean, yeah, they do. I mean, I'm a good catch.
Okay.
But maybe, what if this guy's just not an idiot and it was very clear that you weren't interested in him, so he's not wasting his time on you?
That's not an excuse. He should have taken the chance.
Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, get this guy on the phone, and find out why in the world he wouldn't be calling you back.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
The best way I can describe the second date update today is this. Imagine you go for a job interview and you're really super qualified, like overqualified for the job. Like you shouldn't even really be interviewing for it. Like they'd be a fool not to hire you. And then they don't call you back for a second interview and you're like, what the How could I possibly not get a call back? This is ridiculous. And then you're like, what did I do wrong? I have all the qualifications. Why is that job blowing me off? That's ridiculous. I should be the one to go, no, thank you. I don't want to work there. I got a better, higher paying job. Well, that's what happened to Kate. She met a guy. She didn't really like him very much, but now he's not calling her back, so she just wants to get him on the phone and find out why. As a matter of fact, she doesn't even want to get him on the phone. Her friends pressured her into doing a second date update. Is that a pretty accurate way to describe it, Kate?
That's exactly it. I'm kind of curious, but my friends are really curious.
Do you feel, you guys kind of sound like the Cool Girls Club picking on the dorky kid in high school right now. You realize that.
We're not picking on him. We just want to know what's his deal. Why is he not calling me back?
Yeah, I'm so confused, too. After talking to you for a few seconds, I wanted to call you for a date, So we'll dial the phone number right now and see if we can get him on the phone, okay?
All right. Thanks,
All right,
guys.
here we go. Hi, I'm looking for Chris.
Yeah, this is him.
Hey, Chris, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
What?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
I'm sorry, why are you calling me?
I'm calling you because we recently got an email from one of our listeners. They asked if we could get a hold of you.
Why would someone email you about me?
Because I guess you're a pretty fabulous dude and they'd love to see you again.
Are you guys messing with me? What is this?
No. One of our listeners sent us an email and asked to get a hold of you because you guys went out on a date and then you didn't call her after the date. So she's wondering why, like if she did something wrong.
I mean, the only date I've been on in the past month was with this girl named Kate. Is that what you're talking about?
Maybe.
Well, is it or isn't it?
It is, actually. Yeah. Kate wanted us to get a hold of you.
Wait, are you serious?
I am 100% serious. Kate emailed us and is wondering why you haven't called her after you guys met up.
That's awesome. Okay.
Awesome in a good way or awesome in like a,
No,
that's
it's a great
awesome.
way.
Okay.
No, that was, I got to tell you, hands down, that was definitely the best date I've ever had.
Really?
What? Oh, no.
Yeah.
The best date you've ever had, but you haven't called her. So usually I follow that up by calling the person or texting them and asking them out again. Why haven't you done that?
No, I did. I sent her a message on OkCupid.
Oh, you did?
On the dating website.
Yeah.
Okay.
If she had just opened the email, she'd know that I was working on something, you know?
Okay. So is that what you want me to tell her then? You're busy with work and you'll get back to her when?
Well, as soon as I'm finished. I think it's going to take a few more days. I'm not sure. I mean, I would rather talk to her myself, but...
So you just you're working all night long because your job is that demanding or something?
No, it's not. I just think that I want to finish something, you know, that's a really nice gesture before I reach out to her.
A nice gesture?
What do you mean?
Like some pics? Like a photo shoot or something?
No,
It takes
Yeah.
all day, multiple days to get one of those right.
What kind of gesture are you talking about?
I'm talking, this is going to sound corny. I've been writing a short story about our date.
You've been what? Wait, what did you say?
I've been writing a short story about our date.
A short story?
That you're going to have her read or you're going to try to publish?
No, I just really want to, you know, get it out of my heart, you know, and show her what I really feel.
Oh,
Is it a book or?
No, it's a short story, you know. It might be a short film, you know. I might write it into a screenplay one day.
What's it about?
Wow.
It's about our first date.
What was so great about your first date that it inspired you to write a story?
Well, if you don't mind, I can just tell you a little bit about it right now, like the rundown of the plot.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So, you know, it's about, obviously, boy meets girl, against all odds sort of love story. You know, on one side, you've got, this guy, you know, he's a college-educated, driven, you know, he's funny. People like him, you know, he's charismatic.
And that's the you character, obviously.
Obviously, that's me.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
And on the other side, you know, you have the girl, you know, this beautiful, beautiful mess, you know, that's...
Beautiful mess.
Oh, no.
She just kind of looks like, if I'm going to be honest, like she's been around the block.
Okay.
What does that even mean? How does a woman look like that?
It's against all odds, you know? It's like two sides of the track. It's like two opposite faces of a coin.
Right.
How much more different can someone be?
So you're saying that you are a very successful, smart man, and she's just a mess who's been around.
She sounds like a hooker from the way you're describing her.
A beautiful hooker.
Like it's Pretty Woman all over again.
I mean, I guess it does have, you know, shades of Pretty Woman, you know? But, the good parts only. But, you know, I do have a title, a working title.
Really? What is it?
Dirty Girl?
Dirty girl. And this is the romantic gesture that you've been planning on giving her.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you think that calling her basically just a wreck and comparing her to a prostitute like in Pretty Woman and calling it Dirty Girl is going to be a good thing?
Okay, I didn't say Pretty Woman. You guys said Pretty Woman, all right? I said shades of Pretty Woman.
Got it.
And she's not a prostitute. She's a girl that's lost her way. And, you know, a guy comes into her life and, you know, he saves her. And I'm really glad you guys reached out to me because, I wasn't sure if she was going to get back to me or if I should reach out to her.
Yeah. Well, you actually kind of have reached out to her.
Yeah, I've been listening the whole time.
What? Wait, Kate, is that really you? Hey.
Are you delusional? Were we even on the same date?
What's the matter?
What? Do you really not understand what the problem is? Were you not listening to what you were saying out loud?
Of course I was. Wait, you didn't like it?
Oh my God. You really thought that I would like what you wrote?
Yeah. Has anyone ever written a romantic novel for you before?
Not one where I end up being a prostitute, a dumb prostitute, and the guy is some college
I never said dumb
smartass.
prostitute. I never said dumb prostitute.
That is true. We made the prostitute comparison with Pretty Woman, but that's what it kind of sounded like to us.
Thank you.
I am just shocked that this is happening. I am so out of your league, by the way. I hope you understand that.
Yeah, of course you are, and that's why the story's beautiful.
Oh, my God.
And I'm sure you've been with plenty of men, and you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm totally cool with that.
You're not helping your case, Chris.
Oh, my God.
Kate, you've got to see at some point. I mean, he is a romantic at heart. He's a little naive and doesn't exactly know how to talk to women, but it's a little sweet.
I am just so offended right now. I don't know what to do. No one has ever talked to me like that before. No one has ever said those things to me before.
I think what you have to do is go out on another date with him. Chris, would you like a second date with Kate? We will pay for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
No second date. That's not happening.
But Kate, you're the one that wanted us to call him in the first place, so this could be a successful second date for you.
I don't want to give him any more material for his novel about me being a dumb prostitute. So, no way.
Listen, I just need you to read the story, okay? I think if you read it, everything will be explained, and you'll understand everything.
Chris, I'm sorry, man. I don't think Kate is going to see your point of view on this one.
Kate, I want you to know that no matter what happens today, you will always be my dirty girl.
Lovelier words have never been spoken, have they, Kate?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
But text in at 78592. It says, that guy is definitely a weirdo, but that girl is not much better. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning talking about today's second date update. This girl, Kate, wanted to call a guy named Chris. They went out on a date, and she was just amazed that he wasn't calling her back. They actually kind of met at a bar and everything else. And they hung out, and she's like, dude, I'm way out of his league.
Yeah, poor
Why
guy.
is he not calling me? She didn't even really care that much if she got a date. It was more that her friends put her up to it and said, you have to do a second date update to find out why this guy would not call you back because you're the bee's knees.
The bee's knees.
So-
Suddenly they're in the 1920s.
Yeah.
The hot lingo, babe.
We got him on the phone, and it was kind of weird because he said, no, I want to call her back, but I'm writing a short story about her, and I wanted to present it to her when we went out on our date.
It was such karma, though, like she was so stuck up about herself.
Yeah.
It's great.
And the story, he said, was about how a smart, well-educated dude meets a beautiful mess of a woman.
Who's been around the block a couple of times.
Dirty
Yeah,
girl.
yeah. And it was called something like Dirty Girl. That was the working title. She was offended by that, obviously.
Of course.
A lot of texts in at 78592 that says, I'll go out with him. I'm a romantic like that. So apparently that wouldn't creep that person out that the dude was writing a short story about her. Another text that says, what every girl hopes for before Valentine's Day, you'll always be my dirty girl.
Yeah.
And we're also getting lots of texts in. Earlier in the show, at about 7:10, we did a survey of Americans that talked about how the little things that piss people off.
Oh, yeah.
And one of those was when people use pet names when they don't know you, like sweetheart or buddy or things like that. And Brooke made a comment, like, it's so condescending when people say sweetheart. And Jose and I were like, dude, you do that all the time
Which
to
I
people.
didn't realize.
Yeah,
Second date
It's one
you
of those
really
things
do.
where you don't realize you're doing it, and then now I can't stop hearing it and everything.
And we're getting a lot of texts in at 78592 from the second date update because Brooke called the guy sweetheart while she, sweetheart.
but
while
it
she
was like
talking to him.
I felt like we were connected, and it wasn't meant to
So,
be condescending.
that worked
had
out.
a lot of heart for him, man.
That worked out perfectly, I guess. Proof that you do that. Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back. And today, We did one of these earlier in the year. Somebody emailed into the show and wanted to phone tap a coworker because he was bragging about cheating on his wife.
Oh my God, that one was horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, good and horrible.
So we busted him in a phone tap, and the guy went nuts. He went
Can I
crazy.
just
Call
get,
up now because you really up, okay?
Can I just get like 2 questions from you? I need to ask about the mini bar. Did you partake in
The mini bar. Call up my wife, okay?
and ask her about the mini bar?
Brain. It's not about the mini bar. It's about calling her up and telling her that you made a mistake.
And since that clip aired, we've received quite a few emails and text messages. Some were like, "Go get him, Jubal. You busted a cheater. That's awesome."
Yeah.
Others were saying that I crossed the line and we should have let that be private. And those people are cheaters. That's what I have to say to you. But there were a few other messages from listeners who wanted me to bust their friends and coworkers for the same thing. So we waited until we got a good email in. This time, a woman had been unfaithful, and little did she know it, but she's about to be part of one of my phone tap series, To Catch a Cheater.
Ooh.
Now that I've got 2 of them, I'm officially doing a series.
Yeah, I
To Catch a Cheater. It's To Catch a Cheater Part 2 right now in your brand new phone tap.
It's another Jubal phone tap.
And weekday mornings on the 20s.
Only on Moving 92.5.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Colby Sazerac. I'm calling from restaurant. I was looking for Melissa.
This is she.
Hey, Melissa, how are you? You're a tough one to get a hold of.
Okay. Why are you calling?
Well, I've been trying to get a hold of you for a few weeks, and I've not been able to reach you, but you were in our restaurant a little while ago,
Yeah.
and I believe you left your cell phone behind.
No, you just called me on it, so I definitely still have my cell phone.
Well, if I remember correctly, you were in here with a dark-haired gentleman. Do you think it could be his?
I'm sorry, what is this about?
This is about a lost cell phone at our restaurant. Listen, we like to go the extra mile and make sure that if people leave stuff here, we get a hold of them so they can get it back. So,
Okay, well, we both have our cell phones. We had a great experience, so we're all good. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Oh, okay. Call her back.
Hello?
Hey, Melissa, this is Colby Sazerac from the restaurant again. I think we got disconnected.
No, I hung up on you. We have our phones. We had a
Oh.
perfectly fine time. I don't have time to do your survey or whatever
no,
you're
no.
calling for,
I don't-
so thank you.
I don't have a survey, but I do need to just kind of talk to you for a second.
Look, I have my cell phone. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Well, this isn't
I
about
don't know
the
how to
cell.
be more clear about that.
This isn't about the cell phone necessarily, but it's about something that happened because of the cell phone. If you just have a minute.
Fine, I have 1 minute.
Okay, so you have a rather unique last name, so I logged onto Facebook to see if I could find your profile. I typed in your last name, and I couldn't find yours, but another came up. His name was Chris, and so I messaged him to see if he knew you.
What the did you just do?
Well, I messaged. It turns out he's your husband.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
And then I was asking if he was at the restaurant with you and if he'd left his cell phone behind, or if he.
Oh my God.
And
Stupid what the is wrong with you?
I thought that you would think it was helpful that I was willing to go through all this work to
you
find
were
you.
being helpful, did you? Well, guess what? You're not helping anything, you idiot.
I just don't understand why you're so worked up. It's just a cell phone.
It has nothing to do with the cell phone, okay? You idiot. What the did you say to him? What did you say?
What did I say to your husband?
Just answer me, you moron. What? What did you say to him?
I just simply told him that you and another gentleman were in here dining the other
Are
day,
you
and
kidding me? What the is wrong with you?
I thought that would be okay
You
since
are a
one of you guys
grade
clearly.
A up. You have no idea how much you this up, and you need to fix it.
Okay, well, I'd love to fix it for you. I really would.
Then fix it.
Well, what would you like me to do?
Why don't you message him back and tell him I wasn't there?
I just don't feel right doing that. I can send you a gift card if that helps.
You want to offer me a gift card after you just ruined my marriage? I don't want your gift card. You need to send him a message on Facebook and tell him that you didn't see me there. That's all you need to do, and stay out of it.
I'd love to send him a message, but I can't because I never actually did in the first place.
You just said you sent him a message, so clearly you did. What the
No.
Did you not even remember what you're saying?
No, I didn't send him one. Well, I lied about sending him a message.
What? What the What the why would you, so you didn't tell him?
No, I didn't, because this is a prank phone call.
Are you kidding me?
No, this is actually Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning doing a phone tap on you.
Is this supposed to be a joke?
Yes, it is. Apparently, you told your friends that you've been messing around with some guy behind your husband's back, and one of them emailed me to prank phone call you.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Who the did it?
I'm not going to tell you who set it up.
This isn't funny. This is not a prank. You better tell me who sent that message.
I just don't feel right telling you. I don't want to get involved in all that drama, you know.
You're already involved, you asshole. My husband better not hear this.
I have no idea if he'll hear it. I don't know if he's a listener or not. Does he listen?
You know what? I hope no one listens to this piece of show. You.
Anthony, is that your
Hey,
game?
how's it going?
Good, man. You wearing bell bottoms at the club?
You know what? That night I might have been. I was taking all kinds of advice from everybody. I don't know what I was doing.
Oh, it was a wild night then.
Yeah, I mean, it was a friend's birthday party. It was my first time going out like that in a while, and I guess it just kind of got out of control. We all did, but normally I'm the guy who keeps it together, and I was definitely not doing that.
Was she someone that was in your group of friends that you hadn't really known before, or is this somebody that you just met at the club, like a random?
I think she was a friend of a friend.
It was a good night. I see.
So, because I'm trying to remember, because it was easy enough to start talking to her. I don't entirely remember how that happened, but it seemed easy enough as if we were there for the same party. But I don't know who she's connected to at this point. None of my friends knew her.
How much do you know about her at all?
All I remember is I thought she was really funny, and she looked at me like she was interested in what I had to say. But
Okay. And do you know her name?
Yeah, her name was Deanna. She had a great smile, and I mean, the problem is I remember about, let's say, 60% of the night. You know what I mean? Like I have a vague idea of how it went.
Okay, so you got hammered then.
Yeah, man. There was a special that night. It was like Long Island iced tea for $3.
Oh, that gives me a headache just you even saying that.
Long Island iced teas are terrible.
Oh, God.
And the worst part was the bartender. I remember his name was Brendan, and I started calling him B all night because I kept saying Long Island iced tea for $3, B, and he kept serving it up.
Oh, man.
It was just so much fun to say. I didn't even think about what I was doing.
So what'd you do? Like hang out with her all night?
Well, we just started off at the bar trying to talk, and that went all right, but it's loud in there, so we kind of gave up. But then we ended up just kind of making our way to the dance floor, and it started getting hazy because after that it was just kind of a blur of dancing and Long Island iced teas, and then.
Do you think maybe the reason it felt like something you've never experienced before was because of those Long Island iced teas? It just everything felt great, and maybe it wasn't?
You know, I think it's possible. It's possible. I think some people say that different types of drinks get you different types of drunk, and this is a first for both for me, so I don't know what to compare it to.
Long Island iced teas are a love potion for him, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, I think so.
How did the night end with her?
So, okay, I kind of remember her asking me to walk her home, and I think I did, but...
Do you think?
There was definitely some conversation. I want to say she asked me, but it might have been me offering.
Who knows?
And I want to say that she said yes, but she might have said no.
Oh,
I don't even know at this point. But I think I remember us actually leaving to do that, but I don't remember reaching anywhere. I don't remember dropping her off or anything like that. All I really remember is being put into a cab.
And
then I think so. Maybe not, though. I don't know.
I didn't ask. How drunk was she?
I mean, I thought that everybody was as drunk as I was, so, I assumed that she was the same as me, but,
But who knows?
hopefully not, because I was in rough shape, it turned out.
So somebody put you in a cab, and that's the last thing you remember?
Yeah, someone put me in a cab. I got home safely. I know that.
Oh, good thing you got home safely, because I think the whole point of you walking her home is to get her home safely, but that's cool.
I know. Well, it turns out she got home safely. I know that because I've been in some limited communication with her.
Okay.
What does that mean?
Well, I texted her to follow up, and she's been icy, to say the least. Because, I would say, hey, I had a great time the other night, and then she'd just respond, I bet you did. And I don't know what she means by that, because I think she remembers something that I don't. And
Or she's just being coy. Maybe she's just being like, oh, I bet you did, because you met me.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's it because I've tried asking her if we can go out together again, and she's been like pretty against it and pretty firm.
What do you mean by pretty against it?
Pretty firm.
Like, she's not like she's using a lot of I don't think so, and not this time. But she's also not saying a hard like she's. I think she wants me to keep asking, so she
No.
keep finding different ways to put me down. You know?
When someone says I don't think so, I think that's the same as saying no.
Maybe I don't know. This could be different. Like I said, we had a great time up until maybe midnight. And then,
Up until you don't remember anything.
right after that, I'm not very confident.
Okay,
But-
well, we'll play a song, call her, and figure out what happened with the rest of your night and why she's not wanting to see you again.
She didn't say she doesn't want to see me again. She said, I don't think so. It's not the same thing.
All right. Well, we'll call her and find out right after this, okay?
Okay.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
4 words that should never be uttered on a first date. Long Island iced tea. It's all down here from there. Really, no words that should ever be uttered ever. Long Island iced tea. They should be illegal. Nothing good ever happens when you have Long Island iced teas. And Anthony, who's on the phone for a second date update today, had a bunch of them on his first date. Well, that's not even really a date. He met this girl named Deanna at the club. They had a special on Long Island iced teas, and he took full advantage and says he had a fun time hanging out with her, and they bonded and danced, and then he thinks he walked her home at the end of the night, but he's not sure, and somebody put him in a cab, but he doesn't know who. So we're going to call Deanna and find out what happened with the rest of his night and why she won't go out with him again.
And you do realize, I mean, since the second half of the night is so hazy, there could be like something really horribly embarrassing that she reveals about you.
Yeah, I'm pretty terrified.
Okay.
All right.
As long as we're ready.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to dial her phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, is this Deanna?
Yes. Who's this?
Deanna, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hi.
Hi. Are you familiar with the show?
So which show?
The radio show.
I don't know what you mean. What are you talking about?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show. You're not familiar with it at all?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm calling because you recently went on a date with somebody who does listen to the show.
And he emailed us because he says that you're not calling him back after your date, and he wanted us to see if we could find out why.
Who is the he?
His name is Anthony.
Oh.
Yeah, Anthony. You met him at the club the other night?
Mm-hmm.
You've been texting with him?
Well, more like he's been texting with me, so yeah.
Okay. Well, Anthony emailed us about you because he thought maybe we could figure out why you don't want to go out with him.
No, I'm good. I'm not interested.
In him or in telling us why?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, can you tell us anything? Because he's really curious. He thought you guys had a great time.
A great time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
He sounds like a really nice guy.
Yeah, he's nice. I'm not going to say he's not nice, but great time is pushing it a little bit.
Would it be a bad time? Did you have a bad time with him?
I don't really want to categorize it as bad. It was weird. Can I just say weird?
Yeah.
Sure. Can you tell us anything, though? Because honestly, he doesn't remember most of the night.
If I was as drunk as he was and I had as many Long Island iced teas as he did, I probably wouldn't remember the night either. So,
Was he super obnoxious?
oh my God, so obnoxious.
But didn't you hang out with him, like dance with him all night and go up to the bar and chat and get drinks together?
You know, we started in the beginning of the night, we were talking and it was cool. He seemed really nice. But that was before his eyes started going in a million different directions, and he was probably about 4 Long Island iced teas down. So, yeah. He went from cute to like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm even like standing next to this guy right now. He's so embarrassing.
Oh.
Did he walk you home?
He insisted on walking me home. I did not push for that.
Okay, because he
was
told
all-
us a little bit about that. He said that he thought you had asked him to walk you home, but he couldn't really remember.
Yeah, no, it didn't go like that. I said, I'm going to go. And he said, well, it's a man's job to make sure a lady gets home okay, so I'm going to walk you home.
Hey.
Well, I couldn't get rid of him. Not going to lie. So I was like, all right, whatever. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm just going to go with it. It's funny because he thought he was walking me home, but it was more like me walking him home.
Yeah. So were you the one that put him in a cab?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he was wondering. He couldn't remember. He thought maybe you did or somebody else did.
Yeah, no, it was just him and I. We were walking, and I really saw how drunk he was because he was starting to get emotional, talking about his dog that had passed away that he was close with. And, oh, my God. He was really going in, and I felt bad. It was getting deep.
Okay, so you just want us to tell him that he was annoying and drunk, and that's why you don't want to go out with him.
And can you also tell him this? It is not okay to try to exchange your date for Taco Bell.
What?
That it's not okay.
What are you talking about? And 2, it's not?
No, it's Jubal.
Yeah. Well, we were walking home after the club. We saw a bunch of kids with Taco Bell, and he whipped out $10 and offered to give it to them for the Taco Bell.
Okay.
They said no. He whipped out 20. They said no. So then he turned and looked at me, looked at them, and said, well, what about if you just take her in exchange for the Taco Bell?
You can have her.
Like you're some object that could be traded for Taco Bell burritos? Oh, now I'm pissed.
Yeah, I was not okay with that.
What did the kids say?
They laughed and they walked away, and he just was like, I'm so hungry.
Oh, my God. I would have been irate.
As drunk as he was, I'm like, seriously, man, you're going to, like, give me up for fast food? No, this is not. And at that point, I was like, okay, time to call an Uber. And that was it.
Okay.
Good for you.
And that's when you put him in the cab.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I bet you he'd be pretty interested to learn all that. I don't think he remembers any of that because he's on the other line listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah, it's good to hear from you again.
Good to hear from me. Did you not just hear, like, my entire story that I just told? Hello? You know what you did?
Well, it was just nice to hear your voice again.
Oh, my God. You got to be kidding me. Did you hear that you tried to trade me for burritos?
Okay, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry I did that. I don't remember doing it, so I trust you. I take your word that that's exactly how it went down. But I promise you, normally if I was sober, I probably wouldn't try to trade you for food, though.
So I would hope you would never, even if you were sober, try to trade me for anything.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I was just joking because I was so drunk and I've been so funny all night.
No, you pulled out your wallet and pulled out actual cash money.
Well, was there more than one taco? Because I'd like to think that I was trying to get some for both of us.
I don't know how much was in the bag. Does it really matter? You tried to trade me for fast food.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter how much Taco Bell there was. I'm sorry I tried to trade you. What if I promise never to do it again?
Oh, my God. Can you promise to never drink again? Because that was just atrocious. You
know what? I'm just glad that I allowed myself to be vulnerable around you.
What?
Because that's how much I care.
No!
Look, the only reason why I got that drunk was because I was so nervous, because I didn't expect you to be showing so much interest in me because you're so pretty.
No, you were drinking so much because it was $3 for 3 Long Island iced teas.
Oh, those must have been dirty.
Well, I mean, I appreciate a good deal, and I was nervous about talking to you.
It was also that, Deanna.
Those are 2 very good statements that he came back with, Deanna. You got to give him that.
I don't know. I mean, he's funny. Listen, I'm going to give it to you, Anthony. You're a funny guy, and you're nice, but you were a lot cooler before you threw down all those drinks. I liked you before that. After that, not so much.
Well, in that case, Deanna, would you like to go out with Anthony again? We'll pay for it.
Yeah. Deanna, how about this? Go on a date with 10 o'clock me, not 1 a.m. me.
I think you should make it like 7:30 you, Anthony, from the sounds of it.
If you go out with me again, I promise I won't drink on our next date. I won't drink on our next 5 dates. I want you to get to know me, the real me, sober me, all right? I won't eat for 5 days. Whatever it takes. I won't do anything other than you.
Whoa.
I don't think you wanted to say that.
That's a weird statement, Anthony.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say, though. My point is, like, I just want you to get to see the real me again, not club me. I don't like that guy. I don't want to be that guy.
What do you think, Deanna? Would you go out with Anthony one more time if he
Wait.
promises not to drink?
Say yes. We've all had dumb drunk nights. Do it. Give him a second chance.
I will go out with you again if you promise not to drink and you promise not to trade me for food.
What do you think, Anthony? Can you do it?
Yeah, that's the deal. I can do it. I promise not to drink. I promise not to trade you for food.
Yay!
All right, then
Yes.
let's do it.
All right,
Sure.
well,
Aw.
congratulations, Anthony. You got your second date.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Don't screw it up.
Yeah.
I'm so excited I got to celebrate. Who wants to drink?
No, nobody. Not you.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
A text in at 78592 says, that girl's crazy. I would totally trade myself for some Taco Bell right now. Talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, Anthony wanted to call Deanna. He wasn't sure why she wasn't calling him back. It turns out he got so hammered on Long Island iced teas that he was just a mess.
Oh, man.
And he was walking home. Well, she was kind of walking him home, but he said he was walking home and they ran across some kids who had Taco Bell and he actually tried to buy it from them and then offered to trade her for the food. And that was a big turnoff.
Yeah, probably also because they didn't do the trade. Like, he got denied that too. But what's sad is the red flag should have been the Long Island iced teas. Anytime a guy is drinking just one of those on a date, you know something is going to go horribly wrong.
Anyway, she decided to actually go out with him again just if he doesn't drink.
Oh, man. I don't know if that's a good decision.
Yeah, no, because at some point, even if they date longer, there's going to be Long Island iced teas involved again, and she's going to have to babysit and possibly be traded for food. Probably not a great idea, but they did decide to go out again. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Hello.
Hi, I'm looking to speak with Mr. who teaches science at Elementary. Is this him?
Yes, this is Mr.
Hi, how are you? My name is Paul Peck, and my son Simon is in your class.
Hi, yes, nice to meet you.
I know we haven't met in person, but I'm excited to talk to you. Simon loves your class, and every night after I come home from work, all he does is talk about how much he learns from you. You are a great educator.
Wow, thank you very much. It's quite a compliment.
The reason for my phone call today is, well, I'm a little embarrassed, actually, to ask this, but I have to ask you a question.
Okay, is this about Simon?
No, it's a little different. I just need to ask you how our baby's made.
I'm not sure if I understand. Are you asking on behalf of Simon?
No, actually, I'm asking on my behalf. You see, my father never talked with me about that kind of stuff, and I married Simon's mom after she had him from a previous marriage, so I just have no idea.
Okay, you're joking, right?
No, not at all.
You're asking me, not on behalf of Simon, but you're asking me to explain to you about
How babies are made.
and
yeah.
how they're made.
Yes. Simon told me you guys discussed this topic in the classroom a few weeks ago, and I just can't have my kid knowing more about this than I do.
Sure. That might make things uncomfortable. Now, have you thought about asking Simon to explain it to you?
No, I think that would be kind of an awkward conversation.
Do you have a close friend that you might be able to take out? Or there's always the internet. I would imagine that.
Oh,
pretty easy.
no, thank you. I've tried the internet, and all I got was just a bunch of disturbing videos that came up, and I don't want my wife to see me watching those videos. And they were
Fair enough.
The videos were very icky.
Well, the wrong videos.
There was a lot of weird stuff going on.
I would imagine so.
Have you ever seen those videos that are on the internet?
No. Well, sure. And they were in my early days.
Ooh, you're a better man than I am. They were just yucky.
Yeah, yucky. Yeah, that'd be the word.
Yeah, just grody.
Now, I mean, like you've been together with your wife, right?
We've been together for quite a while now, yeah.
I mean, what I'm asking you is, have you slept with your wife?
Yes, we sleep together almost every night, unless I'm out of town. It's the best sleep of my life. I love sleeping with her.
Okay. We're getting closer. So when you sleep with her, do you...
Snore a little bit.
Right. Do you get intimate?
You mean like maybe a kiss or a hug?
Yeah, there we go. There we're going. We're going the right direction here.
We do that sometimes. I like it a lot. Sometimes it makes me feel funny.
Yeah.
It makes me feel funny sometimes.
And does it build up to anything?
Usually we say I love you and then we get a good night's sleep.
Got it. So you are really serious.
Yeah, I am. I tried to make that point.
You know, I just didn't know. It's a very odd question to ask anybody, especially as adults.
Well, I mean, this is your job. You're a teacher. I figured you could take a moment to teach me. I know I'm not in your class, but...
Is this a joke?
Yes, it is.
Oh, my goodness.
Your friend Dave set you up. He said you have some weird interactions with parents and wanted me to mess with you. Good job, though, man. You took that like a champ. I would have cracked up laughing the second that started.
Oh, that was not easy at all.
I'm serious, though. Can you explain to me how babies are made? No. His name is James. James, how are you?
Well, I'm good, mate. How are you?
Not too bad. Thank you very much for emailing us and agreeing to do a second date update.
Absolutely. I'm glad you can help me out, maybe.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I'm surprised that this girl isn't calling you back. I'm guessing, how long have you been in this country?
Couple of years, just 2.5 years now.
Okay, and I'm guessing in your experience, it's probably pretty easy in the bars and the clubs when you meet girls with that accent, isn't it?
Yeah, there's not been a problem so far.
Yeah, I know.
I had an English guy hit on me once. He was so ugly, and I was still flattered by it. I was like, oh my God, he likes me. He's talking to me.
And she's married, so.
Yeah.
I did have to turn him down because of that, but whatever.
So you're not getting a call back from a girl. Her name is Sarah?
Yeah, that's right.
All right. And how did you meet her?
We actually met through Tinder.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
And, I mean, it's not something that we do very often, although I do very often. But, I met her through Tinder. We agreed to meet up. So I drove over to pick her up. And we went, downtown for a couple of drinks, had something to eat. We spent a couple of hours together. It was good. We had a really good time. She was really cool, like really easy to hang out with,
Let me ask you a question. For a guy like you, who has an accent that American women love, is it annoying? Do they sit there and harp on it the whole time? That's what I picture happening. It's like, oh, it's so cute.
That has been the case a couple of times, but like Sarah was just, she didn't really even pay that much attention to it,
Yeah.
It was kind of cool.
And I do feel like if you're a more well-traveled person, you're probably not going to care quite as much.
Right. Yeah, she seemed really, really, really cool. I'm shocked.
What did you like about her so much?
Like I said, she was just really easy to hang out with, like you mentioned about other chicks that like, harp on the accent or always talk about themselves or, always, she was really easy to talk to. She listened to what I had to say. So the stuff that she had to say was really interesting. It was like a quality date, It was like we'd known each other a couple of months or something.
Was there like one moment during the date where you're like, she's definitely into me?
Definitely into me?
Yeah, like a moment where she showed how interested she was.
I mean, it seemed like that from the very start,
So why do you think she's not calling you back then?
I honestly don't know. The only thing, this is going to sound stupid, but the only other thing that I can think about is that I just bought a new car, and my parallel parking skills are not really up to par.
Yeah, that's.
It took me like 5 or 6 times to get into the space, and then like I was freaking out about that, and then at some point she even asked me. She was like, "Do you need me to do that for you?"
Do you need me to get out and help you park the car, you little Englishman?
I know. I was like well embarrassed, and then I tried to explain about the other side of the road is not doing me many favors, blah blah blah. Anyway, I get out of the car and then I'll walk into the restaurant and I forget to open the door for her to get out. So,
okay.
If that's something to go by, then I don't know. That might be the only problem.
That is a terrible feeling when you're on a date and you're having trouble parallel parking because then you just start to get hot under the collar and you're embarrassed and you're just
it
like,
was awful.
And it's always in front of a crowded window of people too. So it's not just your date watching you, but about 200 other strangers.
Right.
So the only thing that you can think of that might have gone bad on your date is the fact that you had trouble parallel parking and didn't open her door.
Yep.
That seems silly, though. That was at the beginning. How did the end of the date go?
It was good. Everything was great. You know, really, it was really great. Full of smiles, full of happiness. There wasn't one awkward moment during the night when no one had anything to say, or
Did you guys kiss?
Yeah.
You did? Okay. What kind of kiss, though? Like a real quick peck on the lips or a full...
I mean, just a little bit more than that. It wasn't anything, hot and heavy, but, it was a good night kiss.
And what was the last thing that you guys said to each other?
I said, I'll be in touch, and she said, okay, that'd be great.
Okay, and has she responded at all to any of your text messages or phone
Not
calls?
one.
Nothing?
And how many times have you tried to reach her?
I've texted her like 3 or 4 times and called her twice.
And did you tell her, like, oh, that kiss made my heart skip a beat or anything like that?
No, I didn't say anything like that. I mean, I met the girl on Tinder,
Yeah, not exactly going to be like, I think you're the love of my life from that kiss.
Right.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, hang on.
Cheers, mate.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Hello, love. And welcome back to today's royal edition of the Second Date Update. I'd be your host, Jubal Flagg, and today we're talking to Sir James of Update. He went out with a lovely young lass he met on Tinder. Took her out for drinks, hoping that later he'd be able to show her his throbbery.
Wow.
But he was unsuccessful in getting the knickers on the floor back at his flat.
So that's what
So
they
now
call it.
he is on the phone wondering what went wrong. And James, I never asked you, what is your occupation? I would assume chimney sweep? I never...
Oh, yeah. Thanks for that. Yeah. I work for Mary Poppins, and I've got a smoking car called Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, too.
James is on the phone. James is English, yes, so of course I have to mess with him a little bit because it's weird to us Americans when we hear an accent.
Ooh.
Yeah, but he did go out with a girl named Sarah, and Sarah isn't calling him back, which is weird to me because I would think any guy with an English accent or Australian accent in America
Or
just
accent.
kills it. Yeah, accent and
Yeah.
Vietnamese accent, whatever.
whatever.
Any sort of accent usually does very well with the American women. But she's not calling him back. He thinks the reason that he's not getting a call back is because he had trouble parallel parking.
Well.
So much to the point where she was like, hey, do you want me to do it for you? And then he didn't open her door. But that's the only thing you can think of. Other than that, they had a great time. We're about to call her and find out if, in fact, he did something wrong on the date. James, you ready to go?
I am.
Can I ask you one question, James? You don't fall into the stereotype of bad British teeth, do you?
No, that's a myth. The whole thing is a
I don't know.
myth. Like, we don't all walk around like Austin Powers,
I went to London before, and I wouldn't call it a myth, but I'm glad that you're not there.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
All right, well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Sarah, please?
this is she.
Hey, Sarah, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm good.
What's going on?
I'm at work. I'm good.
Just calling to check in with some of our listeners. Do you listen to the show?
Yeah, no, I listen to you. I'm just shocked you're calling me. Just kind of random.
Any idea why I might be calling you?
Honestly, no.
Well, the reason I'm calling you today is one of our listeners sent us an email about you.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's somebody that you went on a date with recently. His name is James.
Oh, God. Okay.
Okay, and so it sounds like you know James. He says that you guys met on Tinder and went out for drinks and had a fun time, but you haven't been answering any of his phone calls or text messages. So he asked us to get you on the phone and ask if he did something wrong.
Oh, God. Okay, look, I don't know if I need to do this on the radio. Like, I don't want to embarrass him.
You don't want to... Well, that's okay. He wants to be embarrassed. He's the one that emailed us.
I think he wouldn't really appreciate me calling him out on it.
Okay, but we talked to him, and he's prepared to hear anything that you have to say.
Is he on the line right now?
if you're worried about embarrassing him, I mean, he's asking for it, basically. He said he's okay with that.
And I have to know this explanation because he sounds lovely with an accent. I don't know why you would turn this dude down.
Yeah, see, that's exactly the problem. I don't buy it.
What?
You don't buy what?
I don't buy his whole I'm British thing.
Well, you think
You think he's faking it?
I studied abroad. I lived in the UK for a couple years. I think he's faking being British because it's something that works. And we met on Tinder, so you can be anybody on Tinder. It's true, though.
Why do you think you think the whole accent thing, everything is just a lie?
Absolutely.
Whoa.
Was there like a hint when he was talking that you're like, oh, gotcha?
I mean, you said you talked to him. Didn't you hear it for yourself? It's pretty bad.
I thought it sounds like he's English to me.
Hey, can I have a little dicky bird now? Can I have a word or what?
Wait, is that him?
Yes, it is. He's actually on the phone. You asked me a second ago, and I didn't answer you on purpose because James is on the other line listening.
Oh, my God.
Hello, Sarah. How's it going?
See, are you listening to that? Hello, Sarah. How you doing?
It sounds legit to me, Sarah. I don't.
It is legit. It is legit. I don't know what you want. I mean, I could show you my passport. I could, give you my national insurance number. I could, I mean, I don't know what else you want me to, what do you need to see?
Yeah, I'm sure you could show me your fake green card and your fake passport and your fake everything else.
Yeah, because I've got all the time in the world to sit around and generate fake copies of documents so that I can meet girls on Tinder. You really, I mean, come on.
That's exactly,
the most stupid thing I've ever heard.
Exactly what I think you're doing. No, it's exactly what I think you're doing.
Wow, Sarah, paranoid much love.
Oh, way to be all patronizing. That's going to make me want to go out on a second date with you.
I mean, at this point, it's really, it's I mean, it's neither here nor there now, is it? I mean, you think I'm a complete fake, so I might as well just go box to the wall,
Yeah, I don't think you're fake. I know you're fake. And you're laying it on pretty thick with the whole parallel parking job. Oh, I can't park the car because it's on the right side of the road. It takes me 5 to 6 times. I could have
That's a
parallel
pretty good accent, Sarah. That's a pretty good accent. You should try faking it and meeting people on Tinder.
Okay. Just give it up. Your accent is so fake.
I don't know what else to tell you. I've got nothing else to go with. This is me. I'm a
Come on, just give it up, dude. And you have really two perfect teeth for somebody who's British anyway.
I mean, and this is crazy. I've never heard anything like it. Yeah. If you need me to call my parents in London or something, you can have a little word with them. They can tell you who I am.
Oh, sure. I mean, I'll call international. Hell, we can Skype if we want to. And they can sit there, oh, Papa, cheerio. Who's this? Are you dating James? Oh, she sounds lovely, James. Let's invite her over for tea.
All right, see, now we're crossing the line. This is outrageous, Sarah. I don't know what the it is you want me to do, but, I mean, this is just bloody ridiculous, mate. Anything you say, I'll do to prove to you.
I don't know how to get you to prove that you're faking it, but there's just something slightly untrustworthy about you.
Wow. I don't know, mate. I don't know. I'm at the end of my tether now.
Sarah, I'm confused. You liked him on the date, right?
Well, I liked him when I met him on Tinder. Until then we met in person and he started faking the British accent.
I don't get this. Why would I fake a British accent? You've already said that I'm a pretty good-looking guy and I've got perfect teeth and I've got, everything else. So I wouldn't really have a problem getting dates, would I? I mean, the accent...
That's just it. You're attractive enough on your own. I don't feel like you have to lay it on that thick. You do have nice teeth and you are attractive, which is why you don't need to fake the accent because you have some other stuff going for you already.
What are you talking about, Sarah? Are you a dialect coach now or something? I'm English. I'm from London. Crystal Palace. SW16. What else do you need to know? I mean...
James, it doesn't sound like Sarah is going to believe you no matter what.
Yeah.
For the record, James, I believe you that you're British.
Convinced.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, what neighborhood are you from?
I just said that. Crystal Palace.
Oh, sounds made up to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Google it.
Oh my God, Sarah.
There's a football team. I lived right on Church Road, right opposite the football stadium.
It would be called Church Road, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Right,
Okay.
sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Sarah, I would love to ask you if he'll go out on a second date with James. I don't think he can drop the accent because I have a feeling that it's real.
Just
Are you willing to go out with him again?
Sarah, do it. Don't sabotage this.
Yeah.
Nope.
What?
I can't. No, I can't. I'm not going to waste my time with somebody who wants to be a charlatan and lying to my face. And I don't need that. I don't know how he's convinced you guys, but he certainly hasn't convinced me. And I wasn't born yesterday. I'm not going to waste my time.
Oh, my gosh. I can't believe you're doing this.
You are having a laugh.
Sorry, James.
Unbelievable.
No second date for you, man.
I don't know what to say, Sarah. I don't know what to say. You know, you missed out, love. You missed out.
That's all right, James. I'm sure there are plenty of other girls on Tinder that be happy to drop their knickers for you anytime.
Wow. This girl. Wow.
Well, thanks a lot for your time, both of you. We appreciate it. Sarah,
Yeah.
better luck on Tinder and finding like a real American guy who's not faking it like James is.
I'm not faking this thing.
Oh,
Listen
what
to me. Hey, listen up, right? Listen. I'll send you, just for shits and giggles, I'll send you everything. My passport, my green card. I'll send you everything, just so that you know. You know? I mean, I'll show you the tattoo of a Union Jack on the end of my if you want.
I hope you actually have that.
That would be amazing.
Hello?
Hello, my name is David Cradle. I'm the social media person in charge of Quaker Oats. I was looking for Rob.
Yeah, this is he.
I bet you're surprised to hear from me, asshole.
Wait, who is this again?
My name is Dave Cradle. I'm the social media person in charge of Quaker Oats social media.
Okay.
Yeah, surprise, motherfucker.
Okay, why are you swearing at me?
Why am I swearing at you? We noticed your tweet the other day.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you don't know what I'm talking about. All right, well, maybe you don't remember. How about I read it to you? It said, quote, "My Quaker Chewy bars taste more like Quaker bars." You remember that, weed?
Yeah, I'm not, don't call me weed. Look.
Would Jack be better?
Look, stop calling me names, man. I did the tweets, so what?
All right, you think that's funny?
This is your job?
Because-
don't you have better things to do than
because-
call people up about tweets?
I'm the social media director, and I monitored the tweets. I saw what you said, and I'm not going to stand for it. You don't with Quaker, all right?
I don't with Quaker?
No, exactly what I said.
You're a major corporation, and you're taking time to call me because I tweeted about your product?
Damn right I am. You little internet troll. Think you can hide behind your screen name and type whatever you want? I don't think so.
And this is just weird. Like, Look, I won't do it again. Is that what you want? I won't.
You know
tweet
what I
it
want to
again.
do? You know what I want to do because you tweeted about us and said that? I want to send you a lifetime supply of Chewy bars.
You just called up and cussed at me, and now you want to give me your product for free?
Yeah, I want to give you a lifetime supply of Chewy bars so you can shove them up your head.
What the man? I said I'm sorry, dude. Just like lay the off.
No, I'm not going to lay off until you do me a favor. You need to make this right with me and make it right with Quaker Oats.
How am I going to make it right? I already said I'll delete the tweet, all right?
I want you to open up your Twitter right now and tweet about us.
Come on, man. I'm not going to do that.
You want to make this right? Open up your Twitter right now. Open it up. You think you're so
I'm
big?
not going to open up my Twitter.
Think you're so big
I'm
and
at work,
badass and
dude.
you can say whatever you want about our Chewy bars, huh? Open your Twitter up right now and say something else.
Look, I have a real job, okay? I got to get back to work. I don't just call people up and worry about what they said on Twitter.
I have a
an
real
actual
job too.
things to do.
I have a real job too, the social media person for Quaker Oats. And in case you haven't noticed, I don't around.
Fine, I'll do it if you leave me the alone. I'll open up my computer right now. Here, it's open right now. Just tell me what you want me to say.
That's what I thought. That is what I thought. I want you to say you were drunk when you wrote that Quaker tweet.
You want me to say I was drunk?
That's exactly what I want you to say. Tweet an apology and say, I was drunk. Quaker Chewy bars are actually awesome, and I'm an idiot.
You want me to say what?
I want you to say you're drunk. Just say it right now, mother.
Stop swearing at me. I'm trying to do this for you.
Well, then do it.
Damn it. Just fine. Just tell me again.
I want you to say that you were drunk when you wrote that tweet, and then I want you to tweet about how much you love our Chewy bars. Tell everybody how much you love them.
Fine. I was drunk when I wrote it, and I love your Chewy bars.
Say it one more. Yeah, say it again.
I was drunk when I wrote that tweet, and I love your
damn Chewy bars. You, man. You happy? Will you leave me alone? Is this good enough?
Yes, that is perfect. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Look, man, I'm going to be emailing your corporate office about this. All right, you can't treat customers this way.
Okay, well, tell them you've been the victim of a prank phone call.
What the
It's a joke.
God, are you serious, dude?
Yeah, your friend Devin set you up.
No way. Are you Devin?
Yeah, your friend Devin set you up. He showed us your Twitter and wanted me to mess with you.
Oh,
I looked through a bunch of your tweets and I saw I looked through all your tweets and I saw the one about Quaker Oats. I thought it'd be funny if Quaker called you just to rip you.
I couldn't believe that these guys at a business were just swearing at me. Like what the hell?
Now you'll think twice before you with the wrong people, won't you?